January 3rd, 1936. In this talk, number 123, Dr. Muhammad Hafiz Saeed, a Muslim professor of Persian and Urdu in the University of Allahabad, asked Maharshi, "What is the purpose of this external manifestation?" Maharshi replied, "This manifestation had induced your question." Devotee said, "True, I am covered by Maya. How to be free from it?" Maharshi said, "Who is covered by Maya? Who wants to be free?" The devotee said, "Master, being asked who, I know that it is ignorant me, composed of the senses, mind, and the body. I tried this inquiry, who, after reading Paul Brunton's book. 3 or 4 times I was feeling elated, and the elation lasted some time and faded away. How to be established in the I? Please give me the clue and help me." Maharshi replied, "That which appears anew must also disappear in due course." Then the devotee said, "Please tell me the method of reaching the external or eternal truth." Maharshi said, "You are that. Can you ever remain apart from the self? To be yourself requires no effort, since you are always that." Talk number 124. Another impatient questioner elaborated long premises and finished asking why some children die a premature death. He required the answer not to satisfy the grown-ups who look on, but the babies who are the victims. Maharshi said, "Let the victims ask. Why do you ask and desire the answer from the standpoint of the child?" Talk number 125. The Muslim professor, Dr. Saeed, continued, "When I am here, my mind is sattvic. As soon as I turn back on this, my mind hankers after so many objects." Maharshi said, "Are the objects different from you? There can be no objects without the subject." Devotee, "And how shall I know it?" Maharshi, "Being that, what do you want to know? Are there two selves for the one to know and the other?" Devotee, "Again I repeat, sir, how to know the truth of all this and experience the same?" Maharshi, "There is no gaining of anything new. All that is required is to rid the self of ignorance. This ignorance is the identification of the self with the non-self." Devotee, "Yes, still I don't understand. I must have your help. Everyone here is waiting on you for your grace. You yourself must have sought originally the help of a guru or of a god. Extend that grace to others now and save me. Before I came here, I desired to see you very much, but somehow I could not find an opportunity to do so. In Bangalore, I made up my mind to return to my place. I met Mr. Friedman and others who sent me here. You have dragged me here. My case is like Paul Brunton's in Bombay, when he was dragged here having cancelled his passage home. I hesitated at first on arrival. I wondered if I would be permitted to approach you and converse with you. My doubts were soon set at rest. I find that all are equal here. You have established an equality among all. I dined with you and others. If I should say to my people in the UP, they would not believe it. The Brahmins would not drink water with me, nor chew pan with me. But here you have taken me and others like me in your fold. Though Gandhi is striving hard, he cannot bring about such a state of affairs in the country. I am very happy in your presence. I regard you, Bhagavan, as God. I consider Sri Krishna to be true God, because he has said, 'Whomsoever one may worship, the worshipper worships me only, and I save them.' Whereas all others have said, 'Salvation is through me,' meaning himself only. Krishna alone is so broad-minded and have spoken like God. You observe the same kind of equality. In talk number 126, Dr. Syed again asked, should anyone desirous of spiritual progress take to action or renunciation, pravritti marga or nivritti marga? Maharshi, do you go out of yourself? What do you mean by giving up? An American engineer asked about satsanga, association with the sages. Maharshi said, Sat is within us. Devotee, in the book Who Am I? You have said the heart is the seat of the mind. Is it so? Maharshi said, the mind is Atman. Devotee, is it Atman itself or its projection? Maharshi, the same. Both are the same. Devotee, the Westerners look on the mind as the highest principle, whereas the Easterners think the contrary. Why? Maharshi, where psychology ends, there philosophy begins. This is experience. The mind is born, we see it. Even without the mind, we exist. There is everyone's experience to prove it. Devotee, in deep sleep, I do not seem to exist. Maharshi, you say so when you are awake. It is the mind which speaks now. You exist in deep sleep beyond the mind. Devotee, Western philosophy admits the higher self as influencing the mind. In talk number 127, an American engineer asked, does distance have any effect upon grace? Maharshi, time and space are within us. You are always in yourself. How do time and space affect it? Maharshi concluded. Then the devotee asked, in radio, those who are nearer hear sooner. You are Hindu, we are American. Does it make any difference? Maharshi, no. Devotee, even thoughts are read by others. Maharshi, that shows that all are one. End of talk 127.